What's up? It's Jason. I'm back again with another video. And I got another collection update to do today. I've got a bunch of CDs and records to show. Maybe even a little box set. We'll see. But first of all, I want to start off the video about the sad news that we heard last week. It's been about a week since the passing of Silent Servant, which I was just playing at the beginning of this video. This was his album, Shadows of Death and Desire, came out on Hospital Productions out of the U.S. LA-based artist Silent Servant, a.k.a. Juan Mendez, passed away tragically last week. It was just absolutely stupid. Total stupid shit. Again with this drug disease that's happening all over North America, fentanyl, probably laced, suspected drug overdose. The guy is only 46 years old. His partner, Simone Ling, 43 years old, also dead, and musical collaborator off and on as well, and another musician in LA-based Louis Vasquez of the project Soft Moon also died. All three of them, same apartment in LA, all in their 40s, all absolutely tragic and pointless deaths. So I'm just pleading with any musician, artist, DJ, comedian, actor, human being, just stay the fuck away from that stuff. Just don't do it. Just ridiculous shit going on. Yeah, so Silent Servant, I have a number of his records. He also did the label Jealous God, really cool label, good run. He's part of the Sandwell District techno crew, and from all accounts, a super nice guy, chill, down to earth, collaborator. Would do big gigs and then go and do tiny, small, hole-in-the-wall gigs in LA, drop of a hat. I think he's originally from Guatemala, moved to the States. Total loss. Total fucking loss. I mean, we could have had more music, more productions, more community, but gone now. Absolutely gone. So, Silent Servant, like I said, Juan Mendez, great shit. Check out some of those releases. I have a bunch of stuff. He's on some comps as well, and EPs, etc. So anyway, enough about that. On to the rest of the video, and lots of releases here falling over. Actually, the pile is falling over. I got some new stuff just as of yesterday. I got some stuff a couple weeks ago through the mail, finally getting to me and finally getting around to showing it as well, from Discogs. I got a couple of local things as well, a couple of CDs to show too. So man, where do I start with all this stuff? Well, I'm going to start off, I guess, with one of the more avant-garde stuff. We've got like avant-garde, we've got experimental, we've got some techno, we've got some metal to show. This was a really cool record, one of my faves of the pile. I'll start off with first, album called Skywalking. The project is called Skywalking as well. Man, I really dig this record. It kind of sells itself as electronic ambient, but it gets into like almost experimental jazz at times. There is some different instrumentation, I think, going on this thing. It's a trio, sort of, it seems ad hoc kind of trio of mostly German-based artists and DJs as well. This record came out in 2014. Yeah, just a really great listen, unique kind of listen. Actually, yeah, I really love how on the back they actually list some of the instruments that they use in this recording. So you have Christian Noakes on guitar, double bass, percussion, voices. Peter Kirsten on vibraphone, steel drum, synth, etc. And Richard von de Schulenberg on synths, moog delay, and sound effects. If that doesn't wet your whistle. Yeah, so great record. Distributed from Compact and Rough Trade. Skywalking 1. They didn't seem to do any more after this, but Do they need to do more? I don't know, because it's a great record. Great listen. That was a Discogs order. Same thing with this compilation as well. Another one on this sort of more electronic side this time, but experimental as well. Not much to see on the cover there, just some textures. This is a compilation EP actually called, my notes, Bookbinders. It's the Bookbinders EP. There you go with that. Black vinyl. And I think also came out in the 2010s. So 4 different tracks, 4 different artists. You got on this one, actually this came out in 2016 on Me and You Records. I don't have any other stuff on that label, I don't think, but I'm kind of familiar. One of the artists is Sul, S-U-L, which is pseudonym for Joy Orbison, aka Peter O'Grady, a UK artist who actually apparently is the nephew of Ray Keith, famous UK drum and bass DJ. So you got Joy Orbison on there. You've got Paul Rollman as Evan Tevel from Germany, who's done some abstract house stuff on Workshop label before. Sensu is on this as well, from Brussels, a Brussels DJ. He's got a really cool project. I was, going through the rabbit hole on Discogs. Cool LP that he put out with someone else in 2020. The album's called 222. I've got that on order now too as well. And last but not least, 4th artist on this compilation, Matthew Malone, going by that name Fabric. He's also got an EP on the same label in the same year on Me and You Records in 2016. Kind of slow ambient stuff. Really good shit too. So that was a cool EP. And rounding out that little Discogs order was this 12-inch single. Some techno, some crunchy techno out of Germany again. Surprise, surprise. This is the artist is called Liebens. 3-tracker, pipe, trois, and 134 on the Ordeloff records. There's the logo for Ordeloff, I guess, like a stamp. Don't know if, I guess this is probably the promo copy because it's got like a promo sheet and just a white label and a stamp. So yeah, this was a 2014 release. Good crunchy distorted techno, especially the best jam on this thing, which I think is called Trois. 2nd track on one of the sides. It's got a real dirty distorted kick drum on there, nice kick, and a sort of a sinister vibe to it all. So yeah, Liebens, aka Moritz Paul, younger artist, I think, from the photograph. Seemed to have been just busy, active in the 2010s, but nothing since 2019, actually. He's got some stuff on Stumm and Rat Life, which are some 2010s techno labels, if you will, from Berlin or from Germany. So there's that. Where do we go next? So a newer order that came in. Got a bunch of records here. Got some stuff that doesn't even look very good on camera, but are amazing. Okay, well, this one was kind of interesting to me. Alternative TV, Direct Action. Totally new band to me. A punk band, really, from the 70s. Started in 77. Mark Penny and Alex Ferguson, UK. Going off and on, over the years. This is on a Polish label called Fourth Dimension Records. It's a 2023 release album. Really cool shit. Very noise rock, experimental. Think like distortion pedals set to 50. Metallic in its sound as well. Not really song based at all. So not like much of their earlier material from what I gather. But again, I'm new to the band. Alternative TV. Direct Action, cool record for 2023. Might have made my best of list if I had gotten it sooner. Here's an artist I am definitely aware of and I'm a big fan of, which is Cardo Pusher. He had some great shit in the 2010s as well. It's been going at it since the 2000s, I think. check my notes here. Venezuela-born, Barcelona-based EBM industrial dance artist, Cardo Pusher. This is a good EP on the Dark Entries label. Came out in 2018. Of course, I'm always talking about that label. It's from San Francisco. Really good for synthwave, obscurities, reissues, and occasionally the newer release as well. So yeah, this one came out in 2018, and I've got the digital files already, so I was pretty familiar with this banger of an EP. It's got loads of acid on here. Again, EBM, electronic body music influences, heavy synth, heavy industrial dance, good techno. Cardo Pusher, you can't really go wrong. I mean, my only complaint would be that some of his EPs sound a little bit similar to each other, but when you're hot, I guess, and just keep putting them out. Next up, going to go with something a bit more obscure, if all that wasn't obscure enough. And it is definitely lacking in packaging, I suppose. This is all I got. There's no cover. And, the info and stuff is written super tiny. You need your extra glasses if you're past the age of, 29. But this is some cool shit. This is F&E. F&E? Two artists that have worked together off and on over the years. And I'm really new to this artist, actually, even though he's been doing stuff for a while. That's Felix Krohn, and Ina of Tokyo. So Felix is from Germany, Berlin, I'm guessing. Yeah, I think Berlin since the 90s, his bio says. And Ina Aseda from Tokyo, combining together to do some really cool, minimal, experimental stuff on here. This is ambient drone, some noises, some atmospherics, weirdo electronics. Yeah, it's all good. It's an album, actually. There's multiple tracks on this thing, and it's on Felix K's label. So 3 tracks per side, and it's on the label Nullpunkt out of Germany. Null Punkt. I recommend it. It's good shit. I totally came across this artist by accident. I actually don't think I realized it was Felix K when I bought that record, but I have this one close by. But this was the first record I got by Felix K a while back. Yeah, Felix Cuban on this. Got this in London when I was shopping over there. So pretty sure it's same Felix K. Experimental techno. How I like it. So there you go. Next, what do we got? Yeah, so there's just a couple snippets from that last one, the Felix K and Eon. As I grabbed some soda water, I'll put a link down below to a bunch of this stuff. If you're interested, you can click on the links and check it out that way. So, up next, camera back in order. Up next, quickie here. This is just some techno tools, techno banger. Recently reissued on Truncate Records. This is a DJ Hyperactive from Chicago. Had a tune in 2019 or 2009 maybe, and got the Truncate remix treatment. So reissued in 2023. It's called Reptilian Tank by DJ Hyperactive. Just a straight up techno tool kind of track. In fact, sounds like a lot of old school Hyperactive. He's been around since the 90s doing acid techno and jackers. Really love his shit. But it sounds, it's pretty derivative of his own stuff. It sounds like an old track recycled. And when I mean old, I mean older than 2009. Obviously, it's been reissued since 2009. Another one, just picked this up. case of Mosse. So this was in the same Juno order from the UK. This is a German label, of course, Workshop 32, 32 32nd release now. I have an earlier Case of Mosse album on Workshop as well, Workshop 19. Been kind of an off and on fan of Case of Mosse. I'm definitely not as much a fan of the deeper house stuff that he's getting into, but there is one really good jam on this thing. It's a double record, so over 2 discs. Got a bunch of tracks, 10 tracks in total. None of them, no song titles, just sort of A to 10. Yeah, Gunnar Wendell is Case of Mosse's real name, I guess. He also did a really cool side project called DJ Residue. That was on Trilogy Tapes. I like that one a little bit more. It's kind of weirdo, more experimental stuff. This is very lo-fi. Lo-fi, but really stripped down, minimalist, abstract house. Kind of like Omar S. stuff, if you're familiar with him, out of Detroit. Very Omar S. on the first couple tracks, I'd say, on the A side. Not bad, but not anything I'm getting too excited about. But B1, opening track on side B, is my jam. It's a really funky, weirdo techno track, kind of stripped down and minimal as well, but upbeat jacker. Maybe I'll play that one next. Then the second record kind of lets me down. I mean, I noticed that people in Discogs kind of posted that the second record is where it's all at. Doesn't do it for me, maybe. I'm just not in a deep house kind of vibe these days, but it is much more deeper. Even has some vocals, spoken word, that is, on one of the tracks, and some broken beats and kind of slower stuff. So it's a mixed bag. I'm a little disappointed. Great cover art and design, but do I need the whole record if only like one track out of 10? I don't know. That's debatable. And I already had the track digitally too. So let's take a listen to this. So you see what I mean. The first track I played is really the jacker for me, but the other ones, they're okay. They're abstract, but it's not. I've heard it kind of before. I mean, I've heard everything before, I suppose, but it just doesn't quite do it for me. All right, before I get into the final CDs here, I also got this insane, crazy box set of Japanese noise artist Grimm. This is a really quality box set. We got here actual wood, 7-inch box set. Etching here on the top, or the print on it. Guess somewhat known, not so much to me. I'm kind of new to the Japanese noise scene, but Grimm has been around since the 80s, doing Japanoise, power electronics, etc. So basically a 3 7-inch set of some of his rare works. Just kind of photocopy, Xerox style paper copies, which I'm down for, and a booklet as well. So yeah, this is put out by an Italian label. In 2023, nice little box set going on for some Japanese noise, which I'm gonna listen more to, get into it. It's not just straight up noise. There's sometimes like some vocals and other bits and bobs going on. Now, last but not least, I got 3 CDs to show. 2 of them are metal. I know I did promise a little bit of heavy metal in this sucker, but before I get to the metal, one more experimental album that's really, really excellent. I recommend this one. Saele, Valese, A White Day, it's called. This came out in 2021? Or is it newer than that, maybe? Yeah, 2021. It's their third album by, I think, a single artist out of Bern, Switzerland. Really cool shit. Ambient, collage work. And the whole thing is really just in two tracks. Two long tracks, but they definitely take you in lots of places. It does not get boring at all. 1 minute you're quiet and then sort of builds up. Really well produced. The production's excellent on it. There are some beats at times, some drones, some ambient collage. It's self-released basically on his own label called Clam. Fairly new label. Recorded in Bern 2018 to 2021, this one. It's got two other previous releases, and I might pick those up as well if I see them. So, really great CD. That's been on the player since I got it. I got some metal here as well. I got the Penny Coffin CD finally. This is some brutal death metal. There's a logo, and they're from Scotland, but also Greek as well, because the first album is all in Greek lettering, as far as I know. This is an EP of just 4 tracks. Brutal, heavy, a little bit of experimentation, a little bit of atmospherics happening. Stay tuned, maybe. Keep watching this band. Penny Coffin, great name. Pretty solid, heavy death metal. And last but not least, I had to do it. I got the new Saxon CD. A lot of hype online, and you know what? A lot of it is true. It's a really fun listen. I mean, this is definitely a nice palate cleanser from all the abstract and avant-garde music. Just a kick back and have fun kind of album. I finally getting used to Andy Sneap's like production works when it comes to these old bands. I mean, honestly, this album is probably better than it should be, but actually the last few records that they put out have been really strong. So actually it does make sense. And they've now added a new guitarist. I just want to say there's riffs for days on this album. And so it is a fun listen all the way through. Cheesy intro apparently, but I've barely listened to it. I just skip over the intros anyway for any of these heavy metal records. So if you're into hard rock or traditional heavy metal or Saxon, I think it's a must to pick up. And it's a fun listen. So that's my update, guys. I'll see you on the next one.